The following program is an original production of Link TV. Next up, the true story of a girl who just wants to go to school and has to change the mind of her entire village to do it. An award-winning animation and other short films from Link TV's ViewChange Film Contest.
ViewChange is about people making real progress in tackling the world's toughest issues. Can a story change the world? See for yourself in ViewChange, Crossing the Gender Gap.
Compared with men, the lives of women are so often hidden behind the walls of tradition, poverty, and isolation. Compared with men, the stories of women so often just aren't told. But the documentaries you're about to see are different. They put women in front of the lens and behind it. And through photography, film, and even animation, they show us women stepping out from behind those walls, surviving and even thriving in some of the poorest countries in the world. Take a look across the global gender gap and see the grand prize winner of the ViewChange Film Contest.
My name is Reynat. I am Cambodian. I am a victim of sex trafficking.
I do not know my father. My brother, he gambled and left home. We were poor, and so my mother sold me to a neighbor, a pimp. I was 14. I lived in a place called The Building, where I served drinks for the first week. I didn't know. I thought I had a job to help my family. But the other girls told me things. Later, the pimp sold my virginity for $300.
I lost my choice. I lost my voice. I lost myself.
I was worth nothing to them but money. Some nights, I was sent out with 1 or 2 customers. Some nights, he kept me in where I saw 10, 20 customers. When I didn't want to have sex, they beat me. Sometimes, they electrocuted me. I could have run, but I was afraid, and my mother had made a contract. I am a good daughter. I do not want to hurt my mother. Then there was a man, a foreigner. He took me in his car to the forest. He was drunk, and he did things to me that hurt badly. Then one night, I was taken to a hotel to see another customer, but it was the police and a non-government organization. I was very afraid. I thought they will make me work more, but instead, they took me to a shelter. I was safe. I could not leave, but no one could hurt me there.
And then I found out I have HIV. One of the men, he gave it to me.
For many, especially in Cambodia, HIV means death. But for me, I am lucky. At the center, I have a second father and a second mother. James, he made sure I have health care and antiretroviral drugs. He gave me a chance at life. Saya held my hand and showed me how to live again. She took me to the pagoda and told me the stories of Buddha. She told me the stories of the time of Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge, when she worked the rice fields for 18 hours every day and many died. She showed me how to forgive and how to love, first myself and then others. I live with other girls who have stories just like me. I know the other girls are afraid. They are angry. I know they feel that there is only one thing left for them. And I know, late at night, they hurt just like I did. But like TCI gave to me, so will I give back to them. I want to help the others, to protect them from the pimps and the brothels.
I am Srinath. I am a survivor. It has been 5 years, but I have found my home. I have found my voice, and I am finding myself.
Garçon yo vage mouche wa rouge maré dans la rue tout ti moun yo va danser grand moun yo va di mais jou arrivé.
No es fácil, uno tiene 13 años fuera de su país y luego vuelve en su país y no tiene manera de vivir. Hay que buscar con qué manera de vivir.
Me fui lejos a vivir la vida, buscando la vida de mis hijos. Y me siento mejor aquí porque aquí encuentro muchas cosas que yo no he tenido allá.
Me siento bien por esta parte porque soy de las dos partes, la parte haitiana y la parte dominicana. Me siento feliz por las dos naciones.
A mí me gusta mucho la naturaleza cuando uno está tirando una foto. Me gusta como el ambiente, cuando uno ve la cosa, eso da vida, calor a uno, da a uno también más ánimo para seguir.
Esa foto que tú tomas, después narrar lo que ves en la foto, para mí es muy bonito.
Me siento muy feliz tomar fotografía, muy feliz, porque yo no sabía manejar la cámara de tomar fotografía.
Bon, pour moi, moi senti projet a dépassé bon pour moi. Justement, si me faire une photo, c'est m'a tirer une photo, me chercher position, me faire li et puis me chercher une idée, son idée qui fait me faire photo a.
Boté un poco del estrés de la casa, de hablar, trabajar, limpiar, eso uno lo hace siempre, pero cuando uno sale a aprender algo, uno se siente bien.
Parce que tout son petit temps qu'on va apprendre, même si on ne pas jouer ni aujourd'hui, ni demain, ni après-demain, on espère quand même pouvoir jouer quand même.
Je sens que j'ai un pile bagay qui change dans moi-même parce que je ne connais pas ça, l'offre une photo qui rapport photo à gagner. Pour moi, je connais seulement faire une photo, ou fin belle, puis tout fin belle, ou fin habillé ti mon font photo pour regarder de temps en temps, même pas connais histoire qui te gagne derrière photo a.
Toda foto tiene un detalle, tiene una descripción. A veces vemos una mata y pensamos que esa mata no tiene importancia, pero sí tiene importancia. Aprendí que toda historia vale.
Para mí es un placer poder ayudar en algo, sobre todo que son mis compatriotas. Yo no sé, pero yo tenía un deseo de estar aquí y estar con esas mujeres.
Il pas jamais trop tard pour finir connaître parce que demain si Dieu veut Haïti ou ka fin apprendre ou montrer yon l'autre fait tout l'autre monde n'a qu'à montrer yon l'autre monde laisse ça organisation a fonctionner laisse ça la prolonger laisse ça l'un a montrer l'autre ou pas essayer apprendre ni pour qu'un bébé ou même seul.
Le projet donne une voix à ces femmes parce que elles racontent leur vie. Okay, elles prennent des photos exactement de leurs enfants. Ok, bon, oui, quand même. Elles ont une voix maintenant.
Eso despierta también en la autoestima de ellas, sabe que es vale, se puede organizarse, que tiene capacidad, que sabe que se puede. Y son varias iniciativas que tiene entre ellas, que son poco a poco, que están abriendo nuevos caminos.
Maintenant, elle sait qu'elle peut faire quelque chose. Avant, elle ne pensait pas qu'elle pouvait faire quelque chose. Okay? Parce qu'il y a une qui a même dit que maintenant, on la considère un peu mieux dans son quartier. Okay? Parce qu'on voit qu'elle fait quelque chose. Okay? Donc, vraiment, ça a vraiment aidé, okay? Mais ce n'est pas tout.
Trying to do business in a war zone brings challenges beyond anybody's imagination. Things like basic infrastructure, electricity, transportation. We have a country and a government that is still not a working government. So trying to do business in this region is probably one of the hardest things to imagine, but yet nothing is impossible. So everything can go forward.
Rangina Hamidi was born in Kandahar, but when the Soviets invaded Afghanistan, her family fled the country, eventually landing in Northern Virginia where she grew up and was educated. After the events of 9/11-2001, she returned to Afghanistan with a mission to find ways to economically empower the women of her native country. She is the founder of Kandahar Treasure, an enterprise employing over 450 women who embroider garments and housewares for the domestic and international market.
I came here as a nonprofit worker, and the bureaucracies, the politics, the lack of a real vision forward really disappointed me. And so I thought that the alternative to this mess was business, because business offered sustainability, and business gives an opportunity for people to rebuild their own lives with their own hands. I saw my country in the past 30 years of war. We're constantly waiting to be spoon-fed by the world. So my answer to this dissatisfaction was start a business that I can own, but with a sustainable model. I know that in the future we can stand on our own 2 feet and not depend on the world to provide for us. I prefer business over charity because doing business gives me integrity. Kandahar Treasure respects that women in Kandahar live in a very strict, traditional and conservative society. Almost all of the women that we work with in our business don't have the permission to leave their home to work. We decided that we would go to their homes rather than ask them to come to a production site. The women embroider. It's a very old embroidery skill that women in Kandahar are specifically known throughout the country. Before Kandahar Treasure, this embroidery never really was introduced to the world as a possible product for market. So by recognizing this incredible fine skill that the women had, Kandahar Treasure used the opportunity to provide a working opportunity for the women at homes. Kandahar Treasure empowers women. When a woman earns, it gives her power beyond our understanding and imagination. Women are always a liability here. Their food, their clothing, their health, every aspect of their life has to be taken care of by a man figure in the household. And so now, with women having the ability to earn money at home even, they now have an opportunity to become an asset to the family. Indirectly, we're also changing the social dynamics of the society. And that is an important step to changing women's social reality in the country that we're working. One cultural benefit to women in Kandahar is that it is beneath the man to ask for monetary assistance from a woman. A man will not ask a woman for money because it will bring down his manhood. Women, by the mere fact that they now have money in their hand, are making decisions. They're now earning side by side with their men. And that in itself improves self-esteem because she now knows that she's worth something. And the mothers are now able to negotiate with the father who wants to marry the girls off at an early age. The mother basically is buying time for her daughters to not get married early because she's now bringing income and the father agrees. So this is one very important example of how the social as well as the economical change is happening. We have over 450 women who are working with Kandahar Treasure. An average Afghan family consists of about 7 to 8 people. If you do the math, I would say that at least 3,000 to 4,000 people are benefiting from Kandahar Treasure. I would never consider these women as victims because they're changing not only their lives but their societies and the future of their children. These women are not victims. As a woman, as an Afghan woman, I have come to believe that the future of Afghanistan depends on its women. I cannot count on the men who have murdered, who have killed, who have destroyed to rebuild my country. Women, on the other hand, because we have not been involved in the destruction, I think we're a natural alternative to giving Afghanistan a new image, a new face, and a new future. I would like the world to know that women, as stakeholders of their country and their society and their families are better advocates for peace and stability in their nation. By being involved in businesses that have integrity, I know and I believe that women can change the future of Afghanistan.
Don't go away. When we return, give a girl a bicycle and she gets an education. And see the grand prize winner of the ViewChange Film Contest.
Like what you saw? Then visit viewchange.org, Link TV's brand new multimedia website. Watch over 200 stories about new solutions to the developing world's biggest challenges. Get involved with the issues, share the stories with friends, and help change the world. All at viewchange.org.
My name is Date Bharti Pakkar. I am 14 years old. I live in Sunisangli. I am going to Nimgaon Bhoge High School. I am learning in the 9th standard. मला मिथुन चक्रवर्ती हा हिरो आवडतो कारण तो कायम दुसऱ्यांना मदत करतो. जर अडचणीत असेल त्याची अडचण सोडवण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो. त्यामुळे तो आवडतो. आणि राणी मुखर्जी आवडते कारण तिचा आवाज असा घोगरा आहे त्यामुळे आवडते ती. काही लोक फुटपाथवर राहतात त्यांना काहीतरी मदत करेल म्हणजे त्यांच्यासाठी काहीतरी सोय करेल. ह्या जगात खूप काही लोक असे त्यांना एक वेळचं अन्न भेटत नाही त्यांच्यासाठी काहीतरी सोय.
For about a couple of years, we only focused on adult women and literacy for them. And I noticed many of the girls who came to the class were very, very young girls with Mangal Sutra, which is a gold and black beaded necklace around their necks, which in India is a symbol of matrimony. And they had babies on their hips, and I started to ask what's going on and why are such young girls married off already.
फरक कसं आहे आता आमचं जीवन जर म्हणलं तर खूप आंधळच आहे. पण त्यांच्या पुढच्या तरी याच्यासाठी आपण काहीतरी केलं पाहिजे. तर कष्ट करणं हे तर आपलं कर्तव्यच आहे. कष्ट करायचं कसं होईना. शिक्षण म्हणजे शिक्षण नसेल तर माणसाचं समजायचं 2 डोळे तर 1 डोळा नाही समजायचं शिक्षण नाही तर.
In many villages there were only schools till 7th grade. There were no high schools. So we worked in 10 villages at that point of time, and there were only 3 high schools. So then I asked, I asked the parents, the mothers, well, what happens to the boys? How do you send the boys to school? And they said, well, we give them bicycles. And I said, well, what about the girls? And they said, oh no, it's a waste of money to give a bicycle to a girl. She's going to turn around and get married. And there's a famous Indian saying, why water a plant that's going to grow in a neighbor's garden? So I thought, my God, if it's only a bicycle that's keeping girls from going to school, let's go ahead and give it to them.
सायकल भेटल्यामुळे मला खूप फायदा झाला. सायकलमुळे वेळेची बचत झाली म्हणजे तो वेळ मला अभ्यासाला वापरता यायला लागला. आणि तसेच मैत्रिणींबरोबर यायला आणखीन मजा वाटते. पहिले पायी यायला लागायचं तर आता सायकलमुळे बसून यायला म्हणजे बसून येते त्याच्यामुळं खूप फायदा झाला.
पायी जायचं म्हटलं तिथं कमीत कमी 1 तास तर लागणार जायला. तर मग सायकल दिल्याबद्दल हा फायदा झाला. जिथं 1 तास लागायची तर ती 15 मिनिटात तिथं पोचते. हळूसा येतेच ना त्याला. शिक्षण म्हणजे पाय जायचं आणि सायकलवर जायचं म्हणजे फरक वाटतोच ना.
मला मोठी होऊन कलेक्टर व्हायचं, कारण कलेक्टर झालं तर मी निर्णय घेऊ शकते आणि त्या निर्णयांची अंमलबजावणी पण करू शकते. म्हणजे हेच काही समाजात खूप गरीब लोक आहेत, त्यांना पुढे नेण्यास मदत करेल. My name is Date Bharti Kakkar. I am 14 years old. I live in Suresami. हा देश म्हणजे आता खूप गरिबी आली, त्यांना मदत करून देश पुढे नेण्यास मदत करेल.
And now, the grand prize winner of the ViewChange Film Contest, Aaron Kisner's Vital Voices, Kakenya.
I was engaged to be married when I was 5 years old. My parents arranged it. In my community, when a girl is old enough to walk, she's taught how to sweep the house, how to collect water from the river, and how to cook for the family. A girl is trained to become a mother, and a boy is trained to become a warrior. My mother's life was very hard. I knew that I wanted something different. If my chores were done, I could go to school. Every child, it doesn't matter where they are, every child has a dream. I dreamed of becoming a teacher because teachers looked nice. Teachers didn't have to work on the farm. When a girl becomes 12 or 13 years old, there is a ceremony. We are told that this ceremony will make you a woman. And once you are a woman, you can get married. You are not supposed to cry. I knew that if I were married, I could no longer go to school. I would not become a teacher. So I went to my father. I asked him not to force me to be married. I agreed to go through the ceremony if he promised to delay my marriage, if he allowed me to finish school. He agreed and we made a deal. When I finished high school, I had to make another deal. My father was sick, so according to our custom, all the men his age were now my fathers. There is a tradition among my people that someone who comes to you before the sunrise will bring good news, and you must not tell them no. So I went to them one by one. When all the elders agreed, the whole village came together and combined their money. For the first time ever, a girl from our village would go to college. Today, I am finishing my PhD. I did get married, but it was to a man that I chose. My dream of becoming a teacher has grown. I have built the first primary school for girls in my village. A place where girls can be free, a place where they can dream, a place that lets them know that their dreams are possible. I am Kakenya Ntaya. This is my vital voice. Now raise yours.
Like what you saw? Then visit ViewChange.org, Link TV's brand new multimedia website. Watch over 200 stories about new solutions to the developing world's biggest challenges. Get involved with the issues, share the stories with friends, and help change the world. All at ViewChange.org.